your hump day off on a good note. Pretty comfortable temperature-wise. It's pretty cold, but aside from that, things have been quiet so far this morning. I'm going to pull you up here on Facebook if I can. I know the other day I had some trouble getting you up, but I want to be able to see any questions that you have. But also, even if you don't have questions, just say hello. Let me know you're watching this morning so I can say hello back. Alrighty, here, we're getting you up. Nope, it's not working again. So drop comments if you have them, if you are wondering about the forecast, anything I don't cover in this video, and I will go back through and address those if need be. All right, so what's happening today? Well, a couple things. One, it's quiet and dry to start. We're going to jump to the 50s rather quickly here over the next couple of hours. High is going to be right around 50. It's going to happen early, around the lunch hour or so. We're going to have a frontal boundary drop through that's coming from the northwest. It's hanging out in central Michigan at the moment. As that happens, one, our temperatures are going to sharply drop from the 50 range to the mid-30s and then overnight into the mid-20s. Two, we're going to get some rain. Some of you might see some wintry mix with that. A lot of that will be melting once it hits the ground. Some of it could be creating a light coating in our northeastern counties. So let's get right to it here on our time-lapse weather cameras. So what will happen first is our clouds are going to begin to increase, and that's already happening. You can see there. As far as where that boundary sits, I mentioned through central Michigan at the moment, stretching down towards even Chicago. Here at home, though, we are still dry. Timing of the frontal boundary. Dry through the lunch hour. It's going to be about 3, 4 o'clock when that rain begins. You'll notice this is not a major soaker of a system, but it is going to drop our temperatures, and we will see a sharp turn in our winds as well. So once that arrives, 50s to 40s to 30s rather quickly. So your drive home from work could be a little messy depending on where you are, especially in the northeast. You'll notice that it's a little colder there, and that's why I expect we could see some accumulation. It will be very light, and tomorrow afternoon it will be melting away. But before it melts away, early morning tomorrow, temperatures are likely to be in the mid and upper 20s. So that means anything that is wet overnight could potentially freeze over. We're talking bridges, overpasses, especially because the ground is fairly warm at the moment. But those surfaces that freeze over quick, those are where you're going to want to watch. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe throw down some salt in your driveway overnight, just so you don't have to worry about slipping early morning tomorrow. Let's take a look at the temperature drop. So we are, again, going to get to about 50, and then, well, we just dive right into the 30s for the drive home this evening. So hopefully you dressed warm as you're out the door. You'll need the coats again for the evening hours. Overnight, we're in the 20s. How much rain are we talking? Well, it's not a lot. In some cases, you might just see some pockets of drizzle. Other areas could pick up about a 1/10 to a 1/15 of an inch. It'll also become breezy as this frontal boundary passes through. Gusts could be about 25 to 35 miles per hour, and the winds will change, coming from the southwest to eventually the northwest. And then we're dry on Thursday. But our next system we're watching for is Friday, Saturday. This one is similar in nature to the one that we saw last week, which of course caused a lot of damage. The difference here is that we're still watching for the wind gusts, watching to see how strong they could potentially get. We could see them about 40, 50 miles per hour. Those are the gusts, not sustained wind. But it's going to depend on the timing of the passing of the low. So let's go ahead and watch it on Futurecast. This is a broader picture for you. Thursday, I mentioned sunny, dry, mid-40s. We're going to see a warm air advection on Friday, so temperatures will be working their way into the low 60s. But it's going to be a soggy one with that. Even with that, we are going to see the chance for some thunderstorms mixed in there and gusty winds, both Friday and Saturday, but gustier on Saturday as that low tracks over us. So we are still kind of keeping an eye on this system for timing, I will say. The details will become more finite once we get closer to that. But first, let's just get through our first chance of rain, which is today, and that could hold some mix in there. Again, don't forget, it's mainly those northeastern counties that hold that chance. April 1st on Saturday already, if you can believe it. And some good news about the 8-day. We've got temperatures in the 60s just as many days as not. Our overnight lows are slowly climbing to the 40s and even 50. Next week, while it is warm, it is looking a little wet, namely on Monday and Wednesday, but that's still several days out, keeping an eye on the timing of those systems as well. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to throw out there for you. So first of all, next Friday, of course, is the home opener. We are still keeping an eye on that forecast. I will say models have been kind of back and forth. The consensus recently has been probably we're going to be sitting in the 50s. There is a very isolated chance of a shower, but I'm not sold on it yet. But the temperatures, those are kind of going to be the determining factor for a lot of things, right? We don't want a cold opening day, home opener, I should say. But the season opener is Thursday. It's in Seattle. And in Seattle fashion, they've got a chance for some late showers. Aside from that, it's going to be fairly mild temperature-wise, low 50s in Seattle. Here at home, if you're planning on watching the game, we're going to be sitting in the mid-40s, quiet, cooler, but sunny. All right, again, if you have questions, drop a comment, and I will do my best to answer. I think I covered everything. But we will also have an update at noon. Meteorologist Dante Jones will be in, covering the latest forecast updates. You all have a great rest of your work week, okay?